Alright, what we did was we made some marks. So these are about 1 inch. To do it again, I'd probably go at least 1.5 inches down, and I'll show you why in a second, because I did one part of the bow already. We're going to show you what we did. Let me flip this around. We basically cut along those marks and cut in for our nocks for our string. So this is all we cut on the belly side. Okay, remember, you've got the back that's totally flat, the belly comes in and curves up and then goes gently down. So what we're going to do is we're going to set this down here. I'm going to hold the bow. We're going to let Dew cut this, and then we're going to show you what we do with it. Alright, now Dew's just using his pocket saw on his SAK. You can use a hacksaw. You can really use anything. We found that these pocket saws work pretty well because they make a wide enough gap for the cordage to go into. So we're going to let him get that end cut off and get the other end cut, and we'll be back with you. Alright, now he finished cutting this down. We're going to move these string nocks down just a little bit. I didn't like the look on the other side, so he's going to move them down about 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch. Cut in at the same angle, and we'll be back after he gets those cut. Just a little bit more, nothing closer. Alright, there we go. So we got those string nocks done. Next thing that we're going to do is we're going to file that out, make it all smooth, make the string nocks so they don't cut the cordage, and they're a little bit wider so they hold the cordage good. So we'll be right with you and we'll do that. What I'm doing is I'm just taking the rough edges off, making it smooth, and then I'll round the tip just a bit. And again, it's just so it doesn't point, get me. And we're not making a pretty bow, let me tell you. This one just isn't pretty. But it's what it is. And it's functional. And I'm just using a wood file, it works just fine. Now when I do these nocks, I'm going to put the flat edge down, the rounded edge up. That way if it rounds anything, it rounds this tip a little bit. I don't really want it rounded down in here. So I'll just come in. And again, we're working on the belly of the bow. Okay. Turn that over so the flat edge is down. Not bad camera angle, guys. Yeah, I think I like that one a whole lot better than the other one. I'll show you those two compared in just a second. I'll show you what we got. Finish it off with a piece of sandpaper. And that just gets all that junk out of there. Cleans it up a little bit. Put that in there. Again, this isn't real pretty, but it's going to hold the cordage, and that's what we need. Now we're going to use 550 cordage on this, so I'm going to have Dew get a string real quick and show you how we do that. Again, just the way we do it doesn't mean it's the only way to do it. Alright, so here's the end that we just did, and you can see, not real pretty. Probably got to do this down just a little bit more here. But it's going to work, and that's what matters. So I got a little guff on the last video that I didn't give credit to Backyard Bowyer. I'm pretty sure I did, but I will tell you again, I watched his videos and learned how to work PVC from Backyard Bowyer. So this is the end that we just did. This is the end that we did before the video. You can see the knocks on this a little bit shorter. I might have moved this down to 1.5 inches, 2 inches, made that taper a little bit nicer. But we wanted to get this as strong as we can. Now what we did was we took a piece of cordage, and that piece of cordage is about 6 inches shorter than the bow itself. And we put a bow line in the end of that cordage. So we're going to slip that over, slip the big one over, and then flip the bow around. And this is just 550 cord. Now one thing about 550, it will stretch, so you will have to readjust it. Okay, so I've got that on there, and we'll go ahead, we'll get this strung, see how it's going to work for us. Make sure you string it the right way. Dude told me I had it backwards. Alright, that's probably a little tight. Do you get that tape here? Yeah. I'm going to guess that's about a 9-inch brace. You probably don't want it quite that strong. No, right at 8 inches, so it's okay. Not terrible. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this next on the scale and see how that weighs out. Alright, what we've done is we've zeroed our scale. We're going to put, we just got a broomstick here, and we're going to pull down until we're at 28 inches, which is right about there, and that's 64.6 pounds. So that's a good strong bow. That's a pretty cheap way to do the measuring. I hope you saw that number, 64.6. So right at 65 pounds at 28 inches. So what we're going to do, let me show you how I set up that measure. We just took a broomstick and we put through the string, and then we measured off marks on the broomstick that were 26 and 28. I didn't measure it at 26, we just measured at 28, have somebody hold it, and then just push the bow down. So that's how we did it. So we're going to get Dew to shoot this, see how it fires some arrows for you. Alright, so Dew's loaded up. We've got the arrows that we used for the other video where we made the arrows, and you can see that thing's firing pretty good. Pretty straight, that arrow. One of the things about this bow is, you see where the handhold is, that's where you put your hands, so you're balanced on the lower part. And Dew's pulling about 40 pounds probably. He's pulling about 24, 25 inches. And that arrow's flying fast and straight. So just a way to show you guys that this can be done. Alright, so this is David Wendell. And we're Bushcraftonfire, and we want to thank you for joining us for these videos. What we're going to do now, we're going to sand this down, we're going to paint it. Probably won't be camouflage, just a brown. Maybe you'll see that bow in another video. We're not going to show you how we paint it. It's pretty easy and self-explanatory. So again, piece of PVC cost us about $3, I think, yeah. And got a very usable bow out in the bush.
I'm going to take a deer hunting.
Thank you. We'll see you soon on another video.